Hey guys, it's me. I have to admit something to you. Now, it might not seem like it, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, some of you who are my friends, you already know this. But other people that don't, I have autism. Yes, it is true. I also have ADHD. But on the outside, I look like a completely normal person. And yes, with some of my friends, I make eye contact with them and it looks like I don't have anything wrong with me. But when you see me being goofy and stuff like that, that's being me. But when it comes to the autism, if I start to get nervous or I feel like I'm being stared at, I'll talk randomly, I'll talk really fast, and I won't make eye contact like I did just now. But let me explain to you what autism is. Basically, what autism is, for some people, it's something like they have a speech impairment, or they're really twitchy, or they can't walk or talk or stuff like that. Some people who have autism, sometimes it's obvious. But like mine, it's high functioning. So you can't really tell that I have it because it's not obvious. Now, if you see somebody in a store and their face is all jacked up and they can barely talk and they sound like this and they can't really enunciate, they might have autism. Or they might have Down syndrome or something like that. Because autism is kind of common, but not really, because, with me, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was 4 years old. And my mom didn't know what it was. She thought that my attention span was really short. She didn't know why I would burst into tears randomly, or I would have an emotional outburst, or something like that. But when she didn't even want to put me on medication because she didn't know what it would do to me. But the doctor said, let's just try it out and see what it does. So when she gave me my medicine, and this is what I know from her. She told me that I was able to sit down and play with my dolls for more than 5 minutes. And we stuck with the medicine. Then, when I was 12 years old, I was diagnosed with autism. Funny thing is, I thought it was a skateboarding thing. I had no idea what the hell autism was. But as I got older, I started seeing things that made me different. Like, if I would get nervous, I would talk a lot, I wouldn't stop talking, and people would give me this look that basically said, oh my god, this person is so annoying, they need to shut up. Basically, they gave me this look, but it looks normal at the same time. They gave me this look. And that's when I realized that I shouldn't talk to people. That's why when I was in middle school, I had to find the right people to talk to. And for a long time, I never had a complete conversation with anyone. Until I met my friend Lisa Sparrow. Now, if I remember correctly, I think she has autism, but she might be an NT or neurotypical. NT for short. Or normal. But the thing is, she was the one who got me. In middle school, she helped me get through the bullying and the popular girls and everything else that goes on in middle school. And then I moved into my high school years. And it got easy for me to talk to people more because I told them about my autism. But I'm going off topic. What autism is, exactly, but in my own way. It allows certain people to see things that no one else does. Like, take me for example. I notice about myself that if I get bored or I want to think about something else but talk to a person at the same time, I like watching movies. So I play a movie in my head, and whenever someone starts talking to me, I stop, listen, and then keep watching the movie inside my head. That's what I do. But nobody else knows what I'm doing. They think that I'm just talking to them and taking breaks in between the conversation. But with other people who have autism, sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes they have, they might have a birth defect, like, one eyebrow is higher than the other, or their voice sounds different, or they have hands that are like this because they weren't developed properly when they were born. Some people have autism that's visible. And with others, like myself, you can't even tell unless I say something about it. And for a long time, I thought that my autism was a disease. I thought it was something that could be cured with some good old chicken soup and a good night's sleep. If you didn't get that joke, I'm sorry, that sucked. But anyway, I thought to myself, and I said this to my mom, I said, I wish there was a pill that could get rid of this so I could be normal. For so long, I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to be like those popular girls who were thin and pretty, and they looked perfect, and they had the perky attitude, and the hot boyfriend, and a whole group of friends who would go to the mall, get their nails done, their hair done, everything like that. I wanted to be like those girls. But then I saw how they treated people like myself. I saw how they've treated people who were below them. And I thought, I looked at that, and I said to myself, I don't want to be like them. I want to be me. I don't want to be angry at myself for having autism. And it took me a long time. Even my mom had to convince me. And my dad, too. It took my dad a long time to accept the fact that I have autism. Yeah, it may not be noticeable, but it's there. It's in my body, my mind, my soul, everything I am. It's because of my autism. And if you have friends that are autistic, or who have autism, either way, or ADHD, or ADD, or OCD, or Down syndrome, PTSD, anything like that, you just have to learn to let them get what they need to say out. Like with people who have PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, they may have gone through a traumatic instance in their life, and if you do a certain thing, like, let's say there was someone whose dad shot guns in the house, and every time something popped or made a snapping sound, it would set them off. You just have to tell them it's okay. Yeah, you were traumatized. Yeah, you went through that, but I'm here for you. You support your friends who have autism, ADHD, ADD, OCD, PTSD, Down syndrome. You support your friends who have that. You support them. You don't ignore them. You don't shun them from your friends. You don't do any of that. Because that is not what a true friend does to someone like myself who had autism. Do not treat them like they are below you, or like they're dumb or stupid or anything else. They're just trying to be themselves, and they're just trying to fit in. That's all they're doing. And if you see somebody who looks like, who looks normal on the outside, but you know they have autism inside, and you see them getting picked on constantly, every day, 24/7, without stopping, you tell the person who's picking on them but do it nicely because you don't want to get in trouble. Hey, could you back off a little? My friend has autism. Can you just leave him alone? And if they say no every single time, you go to an adult, or like if you're at school and this is happening, you go to a teacher or a counselor or somebody who can help, and you tell them about what's going on. And like I said before, do not treat people who have autism, Down syndrome, ADHD, PTSD, OCD, any of that. Do not treat them like they are below you. Or you're above them. You're better than them. They're stupid. They don't know crap. You know more than they do. You're prettier. You're funnier. You're normal. Don't treat them like that. Because I got treated that way myself. By other people I knew. And I treated myself like that. Because I thought I was below myself. I thought I was better. I thought I was perfect. I thought I was pretty. I thought I was one of those popular girls who has the perfect boyfriend, the perfect friends, the perfect family, a perfect life. I thought that I was that I wanted to be like that. But don't be like those people. Don't be like the snotty rich kids who have money, cool gadgets, pretty outfits, shoes, cars. I'm not saying don't interact with them. Like, if you have a friend who just happened to have a rich family and you've been best friends with them since you were in diapers, yeah, don't ignore them. Still be their friend. But remind them that you are there. If they start to ignore you, give them some time. Maybe they don't want their own friends to know that they have a best friend who has autism or any of the other things I mentioned. And once they've had their space, eventually they will tell them about you. But I say this to all people who have special needs. Do not give up on yourself because of it. Do not think that you're lower than yourself. Do not think that it's a disease or something that can be cured or something that can just go away. Don't beat yourself up because of what you have. Yeah, you may have a jacked up face or a slur or a stutter, but you're still perfect the way you are. Now, I quote Temple Grandin's teacher, Mr. Carlisle. You're different, not less. Remember that phrase. Different, not less. You ever feel like you're down, people are picking on you and calling you a freak or a fat fuck or something like that? You just tell yourself you're different, not less. And you repeat that to yourself in your head over and over and over. And then one day, if you get the courage to stand up for yourself and tell those people about what you have, then do it. You do what it takes to stand up for yourself. But don't get into fights. Don't kick out of school. No guns. No gun shootings. No knife fights. No nothing like that. Unless you're a gangster. Then if you get attacked by a guy and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, for my friends who have special needs, do not think that rich people are above you. You are above them, not the other way around. They are not above you. You are above them. You are better than them. They are not better than you. You are yourself. You are not their slaves. You are not their geeks. You're not their nerds. You're not their quote-unquote bitches. You are standing up for yourself and your needs and your wants and your future dreams. So my message to you guys, neurotypicals and special needs, never give up on your dreams and stay true to who you are. Well, I hope this was of help to people who don't have special needs and to people who do. But have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, and thank you for listening. Bye, guys.